Hi everybody. In today's video, I want to begin to enlighten you on some career opportunities in the project management in IT space. So I've gotten lots of questions with respect to what should I go for, being a business analyst, a data analyst, a Scrum Master, project manager, and several roles. So this video is to try to give you a basic understanding of the different roles available in the project management space. So I'll give you, this video is not to answer all the questions and it may not give you all the details, but at least begin to give you some insight as to what to expect. So the first role we'll look at is a business analyst. So for short, it's called a BA. Now, being a business analyst, there are two major parts. You could either be a functional BA or a technical BA. Now, again, there are different schools of thoughts because in different organizations, the nomenclature is different. They name the different roles differently depending on what they want the employee to do. But at least from this video, you can have a general understanding of what the differences are. Now, if you're going to be a functional BA, now what's the typical role of a functional BA? Three main things. The first one is to elicit requirements. The second is to analyze requirements. And the third is to document requirements. So this is just high-level understanding. So when I say elicit requirements, it just means meeting with the stakeholders of that particular business or the project and asking them questions to get more information about the project. It could be through interview, it could be through workshops, maybe surveys. There are several ways to do that. Now, when the BA, the functional BA, gathers all these requirements, then he analyzes the requirements. So if you're a functional BA, you'll be required to have some skills for analyzing requirements. You'll be familiar with some tools. For example, you should be able to write a BRD. A BRD is a business requirement document. You should be able to familiarize with some business models, some business modeling diagrams, like a process flow diagram. Sometimes you need a data flow diagram, but just some of those simple diagrams to show the flow of the process. And also now to document the requirements. So like I mentioned earlier about a BRD, a business requirement document, FRD. So these are the basic skills that you require to be a functional BA. Now, as a functional BA, you don't have to have certifications like CBAP and the ECAB and all of that. It's not compulsory. Of course, there are some organizations that put that as a requirement, but you can be a functional BA without having any of those certifications. However, if you're going to be a technical BA, that's a different case entirely, because a technical BA is seen as also being a data analyst in a way. You are expected to have some knowledge of data analysis, and because the term is technical, so you'll be required to learn and know how to use more tools like SQL, that's SQL, like the Power BI for interpreting different reports. Excel, you should know Excel very well, Microsoft Excel. Then sometimes Tableau could be required. Then some data analysis tools like Python could be a requirement. So you're basically more technical. So in that case, you're talking about these tools, and then the requirements could include certifications like the CBAP, the ECAB, the CCBA. Now, all of these certifications, I can't cover all of them in this video, but you can read them up as different levels. Like for example, the ECBA is the entry-level certification into business analysis. But like I said earlier, if you're going to be a functional BA, you can actually get that, you can achieve that without getting that certification. The second The second role we're looking at will be a Scrum Master. Now, just to give you a high-level understanding again, in project management, there's what we have two major, they're called methodologies. And the first one is waterfall methodology, and the second one is agile methodology. So in the agile methodology, there are different roles that are getting more and more popular nowadays. I mean, it's been on for decades, but it's even more popular in the last few years. And one of those roles is a Scrum Master. Now, I'm not going to go into details about the roles and the agile methodology in this video, but I'll make subsequent videos to address that. This is just giving you like a high-level understanding of what the basic roles are and what you might begin to think about in considering pursuing a career. Now, to be a Scrum Master, what you need to have, first of all, is a Scrum Master certification. Now, it is not compulsory, but it is a critical requirement because most job descriptions will be asking you for that certification. But that's just the first part of it. To be a Scrum Master, you should have the understanding of the Scrum framework. And I hope to cover some of those areas in subsequent videos. So that's a major requirement. What does a Scrum Master do? You would be responsible for removing impediments from the team. That is, if they have any blockers, simple word challenges in the course of their work, you are the one who's responsible for removing those impediments. You're also responsible for facilitating meetings. So there are several Scrum meetings. So you are facilitating the meetings, constantly teaching the team on the Scrum values. You're coaching them, you're training them to get better with those practices. That's from a high level understanding the role of a Scrum Master. Now, you could also be a product owner, for short PO. So to be a PO, you would need to be certified because, again, that's a critical requirement. You don't have to be, but I would advise you to get certified because that, again, also helps you to have the understanding of who the PO is. And afterwards, you can put in apply for a job as a PO. Now, what does the PO do? The PO represents the customer on that particular product because he's a product owner. So he's a member of the Scrum team as well, relating with the Scrum Master and the Scrum team. So if it's software, then we'll say the dev team. That's the development team. Now, again, all of these things might sound gibberish to you if you're not knowledgeable in the agile space, but that's not to worry. This is just to give you an understanding of what the Scrum Master or the PO does. Now, the third aspect is being a project manager. Now, a project manager is, again, that role is changing, but typically you require your PMP certification to be a project manager. And because nowadays we're having an agile project manager, we're having agile delivery manager, also being looked at as a project manager. So there are lots of changes and really based on the organization. The roles, the naming, all are changing every day. But to be a project manager, you require to have that certification because then that covers all the basic areas of a project manager, a PM for short. You should know about budgeting. Of course, you should be able to handle the scope of the project. You will be overseeing the entire life cycle of the project. And most likely, in most organizations today, you'll be working with the Scrum framework or the Scrum team or some Agile team. That means it's also advisable or it's an advantage to have the understanding of the Agile methodology as well, even if you're working in a waterfall environment. But this is just high level. How about the salary? What's the pay? Again, depends on the organization, but each of them have the capacity to earn you a six-figure income on a yearly basis. So this is high level, a BA, technical BA. Of course, if you are if you are a BA, the technical BA, in some companies it's called a business data analyst. Like I said, because there's some technical skills required from you because you'll be working with data as well. But that's not the typical data analyst. That's a different thing. So a data analyst is not a BA, but a technical BA should have a knowledge of data analysis, not in depth, but at least some understanding enough for he or she to prosecute her work. So this is the high level understanding. Now, in selecting which is best for you, you might have to think about your personality and what you enjoy. For example, if you're someone who enjoys working alone on your system, thinking, doing a lot of brain work, brainstorming, then being a BA might be a good fit for you. If you're someone who likes to communicate with people, you don't mind having a couple of meetings, encouraging people, sharing with them, trying to understand their pain points and helping them to be better at their job, then being a Scrum Master might be better for you. Might be something you like because that might fit more with your personality. A PO also would do some high-level stuff. In most organizations today, a PO has some leadership responsibility. That's a different topic. But if you're someone who likes to lead and also you don't mind having some meetings, then being a PO also might be a good fit for you. And just to mention something, that a BA, a functional BA, and even a PO would know how to write user stories. So there's user stories and acceptance criteria. You should know how to do that. But again, that's high level. I mean, there are several things to look at. If you're a PO, for example, you should know how to draw up a product roadmap, a product vision, strategy for the product. Of course, being able to draw up the product goal and communicate that goal to the team. So all of these things are what you should be considering. Think about it. What aligns more with my personality? In the next 5 years, will I be enjoying this role? You could do some research, ask questions. Those who are in these roles presently, do they enjoy the work that they are doing? Okay, but this is just the first video to introduce you to this space. And I thought this should be the first because of the question that I've gotten from several people regarding what roles are viable. Now, if you are considering any of these roles, then you should send a message. You could drop a comment or you even reach out on Instagram or send an email so that in our academy, we actually guide you step after step for these different roles. It's not enough to get certified. It's not even enough to have the understanding of the role, but how about getting the job? That's a different journey entirely. And that's what will help you do at Journey 7 Academy. So if you want to learn more, just reach out and we'll be glad to help. Have a nice day. Bye.